Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of my live tea tasting. I've got an exciting tea for you guys today, and as I invited a few people, hopefully I will be seeing them soon. I wanted to make this big announcement before we get into it, because there are some things going on that you guys have already, some of you already know about. But there is... Hey, Sneha, welcome. Let me move my camera up a little bit because it's... There we go. Hey, Shana, welcome. There are a couple things going on that... Miriam, welcome. That I wanted to talk about before I start the actual tea stream. Hopefully we'll get a couple more people here momentarily because I don't want anybody to miss out. I do have a few pieces of some big news, and I don't want you guys to miss it. So I'm gonna wait a little while, just because this is stuff that it's really been weighing on me. Hey, Shanna, welcome. I've been going over this all week. Hey, Teresa, welcome. And, you guys know that hey, Mickadoodles, welcome. You guys know that the, Chicago Tea Festival is coming up. So before that happens, there's gonna be some major stuff happening tonight. I'm just waiting very, very patiently. So we'll give it another minute or two. Hey, Ma, welcome. I'm so glad you guys made it. It's 8:02 and I can't put it off any longer. So I have a very, very special tea today that I'm going to present to you guys. But before I do that, I have to announce that tonight's stream will be the last one that I'll be doing weekly in its form. We may be changing it up more in the future, but as of tonight, I will no longer be doing my weekly tea streaming. It took me some time to come to this conclusion, mainly because of where the community is headed. Now, as you know, next week I'll be making my debut at the Chicago Tea Festival as a vendor. And since I will be shifting gears a bit, my tea streams will in fact, it wouldn't make sense for me to start advertising for the competition. And if I were to do live tea tastings of my own tea, that's kind of biased and it kind of ruins my integrity. So tonight's tea will be my last Friday stream. I'll be retiring it as of now, and hopefully in the future I'll be able to bring it back as something different. But there's no real way for me to guarantee that right now. I'll keep you guys posted if I do. However, tonight's blend will be something that's very special because it is my own blend. It's Scarlet Sunrise. And it's the Chinese black tea that I will be presenting at the Chicago Tea Festival, along with 11 other teas. And this is something that, what was this? Integrity. Yes, I appreciate the tea pun. I have to have plenty of those. So this is a Chinese black tea that I'll be presenting there. I was very, very impressed by it when I sampled it from the wholesaler as well. Sneha tasted it, Thomas tasted it. It seemed to be a hit all around. So that being said, it made the cut, and this was the first one that I absolutely fell in love with, and I said, I'm gonna buy it. So this one is Scarlet Sunrise, and let's go ahead and check it out. So let's first take a look at we'll do the comparison. Here's the dry leaf still. Let me pull just a little bit out so that we can explore it a bit. Integrity. Yeah, I still got it. Don't worry. So if we see, a black shirt was not a good idea to wear for this tea. So let's take a look at that. It's a medium-sized leaf. It's a little bit twisted, really dark purplish to brown. It looks a little bit purple in this light, but it's in person. It's very, very dark, very fragrant. It's earthy. But it also brings up this kind of like a rock fruit sweetness to it. I am absolutely loving this. And let me tell you, like, my kitchen smells like this tea. It's really soft, earthy, very, very soothing to smell. And if we take a look at the steeped leaf, we'll see it opens up quite a bit. You can see it a lot better up against my face now. It's still not open up 100%, but it is pretty well opened. Now I steeped this at 212 degrees for 5 minutes. And if you take a look, it opens up quite a bit more. You can see it's a little bit of a lighter color. It's harder to tell up against this light and the dry leaf, but it opens up pretty well, and it looks even more purple in this color. It is also, you'll notice, it's cut in half. It's not a full open leaf. It's just about half of what a leaf is usually consistent of. And you'll see like the rigid edges. Looks like it was cut by hand rather than machine. So they probably cut the leaves, tear it, and put it out to dry, or they tear it before they heat it, or they oxidize it, however it's done. But it smells really, really nice. So let's take a look at the tea itself. Look at how beautiful that color is. It's a nice tan brown, and it's very, very clear. Look at that. You can see right through it. It's just absolutely gorgeous. It's got kind of an apple cider look to it. It's just, it's so appetizing and pleasing to the eye. This is part of why I picked it. It's very, very pleasing to look at. Gorgeous. I absolutely love looking at this. There's a very sweet, woody aroma to it. Kind of like apple. Nice rock fruit kind of scent to it. It's really earthy, kind of cidery. Oh, that is so nice. All right, well, without further ado, because we're already 8 minutes in and I haven't even taken my first slurp, isn't this tea featured in your booth at the festival? Oh yeah, absolutely. This was the first one that I picked to go into it. This was, it's going to be available for, I believe this one was $5.99. I might be mistaken. I don't have the price list. Oh wait, no, I might have the price list with me. Let me see. Tea pricing, 30 grams, $5.99. Yeah, I was on the I was on the right track. It's about $6. It will be premiering at the Chicago Tea Festival. This is for how many grams? It was 30 grams, which is going to make about 10 cups of tea on one steep, 20 if you steep them twice. So that's a pretty good bargain. Show us the packaging. Okay, so we have, this is the back side with all of the nutritional information on there. You'll see it's easier to read in person, but you got my logo up here, which has was this 36 cups in 2 steeps? Oh yeah. So then it's even more, I guess, yeah, because it says it makes approximately 10 cups on the back. I don't know if just to be safe, we'll keep it like this. But then we have the front image, which is the same. You have the logo, the redone logo in the front, and my Scarlet Sunrise label right over here. I fell in love with this packaging when I saw it, because I knew that was just, it really, in my opinion, it really pops. So I want to thank Joe Doyle for helping me out with that logo. It was really great of him to put that together for me. And I put it on my social media, as you guys seen. But yeah, let me go ahead and take my first slurp, because it is now 8:11. And usually I don't wait this long to start to drink. But hey, like, when am I going to do this again, Right? Cheers. Ooh, that is nice. It's very light-bodied, very fresh. It's not too heavy, not too smoky. I'm kind of tasting it mostly at the midsection of my tongue. That's where the flavor is heaviest. But on the sides and on the front, it tends to get a little sweeter. That's where I'm getting like notes of nut and rock fruit in those areas. It's a little bit light on the tongue. There's not much of a weight to it. There's very, very little mouthfeel. In fact, it's a very drinkable tea. There's no like graininess at all to it. Oh, that's so nice. It's a little bit smoky, very, very sweet. So are you being sponsored by someone to do more tea streams or be recognized by the tea people? Not quite, no. From this point on, I will be working on my own, selling my own brand. I mean, at this point, if I'm selling my own brand, sponsorships would be null, because I am their competitor, so I can't really do that for them anymore, because I'm going to say, hey, I have my own shop, but here, spend your money at thisteashop.com, So yeah, I won't be able to review other people's teas anymore. Hopefully I'll be able to figure out my new niche, and I'll start, if I can, a brand new stream of doing something, because I don't want to lose out on you guys completely. I've been doing this for 9 years, and it's become a part of my life to where it took me having to retire it. Then this is the point that it came to. I didn't want to do this, but it makes sense in my career to really pursue other venues and no longer do the same things. This stream has pretty much run its course. I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful for all of you who have supported me for 9 years. I mean, honestly, there's TV shows that haven't lasted that long. It's been 200, and today's my 240th episode, and that's a great deal. Who else could last independently this long? Very, very few people have been able to do something like this. So I stand proud of this accomplishment, and it means a lot to me. Mm. There's something about this robust flavor that kind of just, it relaxes me. It's giving me a nice calmness all over. Will I be doing streams to tell us about other teas I have? I mean, I could. I was thinking about doing that, but not really in a review format. Because, like I said, if I review my own teas, of course I'm going to say they're good. You know, and that degrades from my integrity. So I will do announcements. I'll talk about them. I'll talk about what they taste like. But I can't really like say, "Ooh, this is delicious." Mm-hmm. I will definitely not be able to do it weekly. I was thinking about switching completely over to Twitch and doing a more conversational type of tea stream where I just drink and talk to people who come in. You know, keep it nice and low key. Maybe while I work on my computer, I see people come in, and I'll just casually bring it up. But as far as reviewing the quality of teas, I'm not going to be able to do it anymore. Mm. I think that the best description for this tea is a soft red flavor. When I drink it, I just close my eyes and I see apples and I see like nuts and wood. I see kind of like clay of the earth. Oh, but it's so good. Like, I promise you, this is my honest opinion. I'm not saying it just because I'm selling it. I would recommend this for new black tea drinkers because it's not too harsh. Low key tea. Oh yeah, absolutely. it's very pleasant. You know, it's not harsh. It's not heavy. It's not even astringent. Like, this is the kind of tea that I would recommend for my wife. She hates astringency. And she has had this blend, and she loves it too. We had a pot while we were actually packing these teas for the tea festival, and it's a hit. I mean, I really love this black tea, and I'm not like, black tea is not my first go-to usually, unless it's like Lapsang Souchong that I go for just for that strong, heavy smokiness. But this is definitely one that I can get used to. Once I start getting big bags, this is going to be stocked in my collection quite a bit. I'm so glad that I can get this stuff wholesale. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that is so nice. And it's kind of just like, it sits around on my tongue. It's very breathy. I can taste it as it ruminates on my palate, just circling around and around. And it's giving me a nice warmth from my chest on upwards. I'm just really feeling it. Ooh. I'm going to go ahead, as usual. I'm going to do the Thomas taste. And I have not done the Thomas taste on this tea yet, even with Thomas there while he was helping me pack. So let's go ahead and try that out. I think I'm tasting a little bit of a heavier earth note. I'm getting more of the muscatel. I'm getting more of the apple rock fruit kind of sweetness to it. I feel like there's more in there. There's a kind of breadiness to it. Excuse me. Like it's toasty. And not, I can't say roasted, because you know how when you roast a tea, you get that kind of smoky, ashy texture to it. It's not that heavy. It's more toasted bread, a little bit on the brown side, but it's super nice and relaxing. Ooh, that's so nice. And there's a certain warmth, like I can feel it going all the way down from the back of my throat to my chest. It's very, very lovely. I don't use that description very often, but it just is. Like, I feel myself relaxing as I drink, and it is caffeinated, so it's keeping me nice and calm, but also alert. I feel like I can really relax and just like read a book or hang out in the reading room and just just meditate with it. So this is something that I'm actually really looking forward to in the future when I drink it more often, just to have that me time to myself. So yeah, that's that's my review. I'm going to go ahead and open up the floor. Questions, comments, anything you want to talk about, now is the time. As I always do, what would I'll answer Teresa's question with this. What would I pair this with? It's a very nice tea, not too heavy. I would give it like a roasted chicken kind of flavoring to it. Roasted chicken with vegetables, something light or medium to light, with a lot of like that savory flavor, something nice and juicy. Like, ooh, I'm giving myself an appetite just by thinking about that big meaty chicken. Oh, that sounds so good. Even as it cools, it's getting a little bit sweeter. Like the notes of the nut and rock fruit are coming out a bit more. It's a little bit less woody, but the muscatel is taking that over. It's really feeling warm and soft. Kind of firm, like an apple. Like, apples are semi-soft. They're not like you can squeeze them and they'll juice, but it doesn't have much give. That's the kind of flavor profile that this has. What would I pair this with food-wise? Oh, like I said, that roasted chicken. It's not sweet enough for a dessert, really. But if I were to do a dessert, I would say something like maybe a caramel or a flan, something that's semi-sweet, maybe some sort of pudding, probably a milk chocolate, something like that. What would I pair? Oh, sorry, it was the same thing. I read the word wine for some reason. I'm not a drinker, so I couldn't tell you. Besides, I think that double fisting wine and tea, I don't know how well that would go. Oh yeah, that's nice. It's a firm palate. Ooh, I'm hitting it right there. Okay, so I will end on my announcements because I do have a couple. Um, as you guys know, this weekend is the Chicago Tea Festival. Tickets are still on sale. You have one more week to buy them before they go up at the venue. The price is going to jump up by about $5. So I would advise that if you're in the Chicago area, you plan to come see us, definitely get the tickets online. It's nice to save a couple bucks. As for the tea classes, there are still some that have spaces. However, mine has sold out. Woohoo! I will be speaking in front of a full class, so I'm really looking forward to that, and meeting new people and really getting off to a good start. Putting my name out there, making connections, and hopefully this will lead into something that's just much larger than I expected. Also, you know how I usually post the link in the description for the teas. Well, good news, I will have a link for this tea. Now, unfortunately, the tea itself is not on there yet, but it is coming soon. Right now, TheCommuni-Tea.com is up and running. Right now, it's just a coming soon page, but we will be set up for vending pretty soon. Hopefully by next week. That way we'll have a running jump on the market. So when people buy my teas here, they can go to thecommunity.com and buy more from there, or later on if they want to buy any other of my blends, it's going to be there. So right now, everything that is going to the Chicago Tea Festival will be put on the site. I'm starting off with 12 teas. Hopefully, I'll get more in the future. It's a solid selection right now. I have to say, I fell in love with every single one of these teas. It was hard keeping it just to 12, but in the future there will be more. I'm sure I'll be able to find some really interesting things out there. I also had my eyes on a few different wholesalers. So I'll be Pops, welcome. Glad you could make it. With a couple of wholesalers that had some really good blends. So I would love to feature some of those in the future once we get things going. Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to what the future has in store. I never thought I would get to this far. When this first started, I just had a passion. I had an interest. I wanted to share it with you guys. I didn't think that 9 years later I'd be here. That being said, I really appreciate you guys standing by me all this time. Getting a little choked up here. But yeah, it has been a wild ride, and I appreciate every minute with you guys. So I guess that's it. Thank you all for joining me tonight. This has been an incredible tasting. Have a great night, a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you later. Bye.